Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. I need to double check and make sure my audio works. Looks like my audio is working. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the live stream. Hello and welcome. It's been forever, freaking forever. I haven't live streamed in what was the last time I live streamed? Hello, Shardian. I recognize you. I feel like it's been months since I last live streamed. Shall we go and check out when last we live streamed? Also, because I haven't live streamed in forever, I think it's probably gonna be really I don't even know. Proud of you, man. Thanks, Determined Hamster. Alright, I'm live streaming actually on 2 different channels right now, my Omega Given channel and my Omega Solution channel, which I gotta say, my Omega Solution channel has reached 1,000 subscribers, so thank you everybody for subscribing, and yeah, hopefully you're getting good tutorials, because my Omega Solution channel is gonna be my main kind of channel that I'm putting stuff onto. I'll give you guys visuals in 1 second. I'm trying to get things set up, because I haven't actually, I don't know, here, let me turn on my camera and I'll show you guys. Also, I have guests in my house, so we'll see. Hello, everybody. Omega Given here. All right. So as you can tell, I got a whole bunch of stuff over there, and my lights are frantic right now. Don't know why. I have a weird. I don't know what's going on with my lights. I'm trying to fix my lights. I think last live stream I've been on was about 4 months ago. Yeah, it's been a while, a long while. Also, I think I'm gonna get electric shocked. This thing right here is broken. So my lights are doing weird crap. It's supposed to be a switch and it's not acting like a switch. I think I might need to bust it open and solder it together at this point. Wait, it's on. It's on. It's not sparking. It was kind of sparking there moments ago, so nope, it's out again. All right, I think I'm gonna have to resolder those. I technically did resolder. Oh, I just realized I resoldered. So I actually soldered the 2 lights I have together, but I have a chain hanging off the solder point, so I'm I should not touch that chain. That's a fire hazard. But yeah, so I need to fix this. Apparently these things suck. I don't know. Should we just live solder on stream right now? Should we just do this? Maybe we should. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna live solder on stream, guys. Okay, let me switch to solder mode, I guess. I actually haven't soldered in a while. Do I have all my solder kit up here? I don't know, as we discuss things and talk about things. Hey man, I stopped in to say hi. Hope you have a good stream. Yeah, thanks there, Determined Hamster. Thanks for hopping on in. He's over there on Omega Solutions side. So yeah. You guys want to learn how to solder on live stream? We can learn how to solder on live stream. Let's do it. I just gotta find my solder kit and get it all back up and running. I have no solder kit. Where's my solder kit? Maybe it's down in my garage. This might be so over the next few months. Here, let me turn on my light in my room and disconnect my headset so I can move around. So what are we going to be doing? So I'm currently on parental leave. What does that mean? Well, that means I'm going to be able to live stream a little bit more because, I'm actually home and doing stuff. I'm trying to fix a bunch of things in my house. If you don't remember before, I've basically been remodeling my house. I haven't been made that many videos on it because I've been so freaking busy. And that's why I've bcan literally gone. Because for one, I was having a kid. And 2, I was remodeling my entire house. And I gotta change my audio levels here. I can barely hear myself. All right, and then 3, I don't know, I've been working on several different projects. So all the projects I've been working on is 1, my house, 2, I want to make a video game, 3, I'm kind of writing some short stories that I kind of want to publish to Amazon, which I actually could do that any moment now. I have 1 story that's basically edited and everything. I've had my some of my family read it over and help me narrow it down to get good, so I might publish that to Amazon. So I'll actually have a book. It's a short story. It's a short story on Amazon that'll probably sell for $1 if that. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. That'll be really fun. Secondary, I need to find my solder kit. So you guys enjoy a little bit of the music while I I don't think we're gonna be able to find my solder stuff. I'll have to do that off stream some other day. All right, so what are we gonna do today, guys? I was kind of thinking, I've been making a lot of game stuff, so I was like, maybe I could get into my Godot and which is a game engine kind of building thing, and actually do some game design. How do we do that? How about we do that today, or at least get a grasp of where we are in our game design process? I feel like it hasn't moved that much. I've added a few things, but yeah. So let's go over to desktop view here, and let's get some game design going. Okay. And my dog is cuddled up on me, so I can't move my chair, which is really annoying. But that's okay. I love it. All right, guys. So where are we in game design? Game design, we are. Sorry, I have to like check my baby monitor here because I need to make sure my baby is okay. My wife is sleeping because, you know, when you're in the first stages, you're making a game. Yes, I'm making a game. We're making a game. You wanna see what the game looks like? Here, let's show you what the game looks like. I've been making this game over a course of like maybe 1 or 2 active months of trying to make it. So right now it looks like this. So you got your character. I still need to get a lot of character model stuff. I got a little dialogue box that goes across the screen. And then is that campfire up ahead? I go through here. I can swing a sword around a little bit. I can hit trees, making little things. When you hit trees, it harvests tree lumber stuff. And then over here, you got a campfire, and we can hit the campfire. And that's basically all I have for right now. We got trees and a campfire. And then if you go up here north, we have actually. So when they move, they lose their hair. When they move, they lose their hair. Flada, how are you doing? Flada. Technically it's not hair. It's like this like whatever stuff. So this is gonna be a boss right here at some point that I'm gonna make. I just have him roaming around for funsies. I don't really have anything going on there. Which I just noticed that his Z placement's not too good. As you can tell, he's like behind the object half the time, when he should be in front of the object right about. Oh no, he's still behind the object. Looks like Core Keeper. Flada. Alright, hello Flada. It's not Flow Rider, right? Alright, so this is basically what I have for the game. It's very simple, but I'll show you what it looks like in the engine mode. I just gotta pull it up in engine mode right now. So this is basically what it looks like in engine mode. We have a boss right here. We have a campfire thing. We have this area. So this is supposed to be my tutorial, right? So the whole gameplay that I'm trying to make here for this game is basically you spawn here. You know, it's like, oh wow, I'm whatever, like I'm lost. I don't know, something like that. Like I need to go, but there's a fire up ahead. What is this fire? So you kind of, you move up north, you know, you can hit things. People can mess around down here if they want, hit things. But you come across this fire, and then another tutorial thing will trigger. And that tutorial thing will be like, oh, I need to add wood to the fire. Let me go get some trees. So basically you can go and hit a tree, add wood to the fire, making it increase in brightness. Then after doing that, it'll be like, what is that sound? So once that sound is hit, then this boss will start spawning waves of enemies. So this is like a tutorial. Like this is gonna be a wave defender kind of game. So it starts spawning enemies that kind of like slowly come from the top forest down here, and you gotta kill them before they hit the fire. If they hit the fire goes out, or like slowly goes out, or like you know, a lot of it goes out. And then eventually, it's like, oh, I need to find the source of these ghost things. So you gotta move north and kill him, and then that's the end of the tutorial. It's like, wow, all right. Now, like, we gotta, I guess, build a camp or something like that. Actually, I did want to have one more step in there where you have to build braziers, basically like these little tiki torch stands that fire fireballs at the enemies, kind of. So that's one thing I want to implement in here. So that'll be at some point I want to implement. But where I am right now is I need to create these stages, which I actually have already been doing. So I need to create a stage. So this area, this like blue circle thing, this blue circle thing is basically an area 2D that upon entering it triggers another stage. So let's go to the code for that. So the code right here is, yeah, here we are, stage. So we have a stage. Upon entering area, if we're in stage 0, we will then go into stage 1. and we're gonna reset the bonfire health. So bonfire health will be good. Actually, I just realized that we might want to have bonfire active, like active deactive, because if bonfire is active, then you can actually lose the game. If it's not active, you can't lose the game. That makes it so it kind of triggers this immortality mode. Basically, that's kind of what I'm thinking you could do. So let's go over to bonfire, because we want to add this on the bonfire itself. That way the level will check bonfire and be like, hey, if active, then blah, blah, blah. If not active, then game over, like triggers game over sequence. So bonfire is like our main core game object that actually stores all of that. So we're gonna go to bonfire code. This is my bonfire code I was developing a while ago. All right, so basically whenever you change health, it changes the health and it changes the lighting of that bonfire. So we can add fuel if the level is, oh, I see. If the levels is in stage 1, if we're in stage 1, we'll then move it to stage 2, because that means that we actually added fuel to the fire. Hello Dopey. Hi Omega. I didn't watch your streams in some time, but hi again. And you a dad for real? Congrats. Thanks, mate. Yes, I had my kid just a week or so ago, and yeah, I'm a father now. I look like a teenager, but have a kid, so that's kind of cool. All right, so where we are, we need to narrow this down. I have it set so actually let me run the level again. So I added a little debugging thing. So we're in stage 0. Bonfire life is 10, and it goes down, like you can tell, and it goes to negatives basically. So if we go up here, Omega Father before Quest Force released. Right. So if we go up north, you'll see we'll trigger stage 1. So we triggered stage 1. Now the fire is back to 250, and it's gonna slowly go down. And you'll notice it takes a while for it to go down, but it does go down. Yeah, it's going down like really slow. Well, it's two ticks or 2 points, I guess, every second. I think that's what I have it programmed to. Yeah, that's what I have it programmed to. So stage 1 needs to also queue we need stage 1 to also queue. I'm not going to be. Do you have a name for the game yet? I do not have a name for the game. Is it a girl or a boa? Boa. It's a boa constrictor. No. I'm not gonna give out too many details about my kid just because, you know, it's internet stuff. So things I need to do. I need to add a stage. No, I need to add dialogue upon entering stage 1, which is when you see the fire. That says I need to add fuel to the fire. So how I'm gonna do that is I need a trigger sequence. When a variable changes, I need it to basically do something. So we're gonna go to our level script, our tutorial level script. Where's our tutorial level? All right, tutorial level script. We want a script to trigger upon entering stage 1. So this is where basically the tutorial entering thing. So we need to do another thing where it does the dialogue creator. So this is plain intro dialogue. So this is where we did the original intro dialogue. Yeah, projector identity. Windead. yeah. Thanks there, man. Okay, so we want to trigger another dialogue, but we need to have another dialogue. I don't think I have another dialogue, so let me go to my dialogue creator chunk. This is my dialogue creator. This is where I actually am able to populate a dialogue onto the screen. This is where I have a chunk of dialogue. Oh, it looks like I already had something right here. I already programmed this a while back. All right, looks like it could use some more. Let's go hack away some trees. Excellent. So I want this dialogue to play. So I'm gonna copy this because this is my key value that I want to insert in. Oh, my dog is so cute. I'm like leaning over to be in frame with my camera because my dog is like right now at my chair, so I can't move my chair. And it's kind of annoying, but it's also adorable that my dog is just sitting here trying to protect me, I guess. My dog has been very protective lately. All right, so How are we doing this? So it looks like we're doing tutorial text.intro. So we're gonna need to basically do this exact same thing right here, but do it for another thing. So we're gonna do opened dialog equals. All right, we're gonna do open dialog equals dialog creator dot create dialog, and we're gonna do basically a whole new chunk, but we need to replace this with our new dialog. Our new dialog is this, arrive at fire. So let me go back to my tutorial level and replace that with arrive at fire dialog, and then print open dialog, and then get tree, get first node, visual, add child, deferred, open dialog. We already have this added to the tree. And then get first node in group, get children. I think that's okay. We don't need this right now, I don't think. So let's see if that triggers correctly. I want to see if this triggers. I can't remember how I created my dialog creator stuff, so we're gonna just see. So we have the dialog appearing in the top left. If you press space, it goes on to the next chunk of dialog. So press space again, it goes on to the next chunk of dialog, and then it ends. Now, if I go over here, it does not continue with the dialogue. So we have dialogue in the over here in this thing. It says that it did what I wanted to do, which is do this, but we did not queue a new dialogue to actually create or to show up on screen. So we need to look at our dialogue creator and see how we are creating this dialogue. So when we do function create dialogue creator, it does this. Well, it does dialog box dot add child. So it creates a whole new dialogue thing. So it does a whole new dialogue thing where we basically set up the whole dialogue, created a dialogue box. So it ran this, it set the position, it set the size, it set type text, and skip text, return dialog box. So it did all of that. I'm kind of wondering. So I am proactively switching the dialog box, but I think it only creates and does what I want it to do when this is happening. It's called deferred. I think we want to destroy, or like when the box has reached the end of the sequence, we want to destroy it. Meaning, I think that means we want to, we want to do an if statement here. If opened dialog. So basically, since open dialog will exist at this point no matter what, because we hit this intro no matter what. So if it is existing, because we might need this for a future thing, we want to destroy the dialog box. So opened dialog dot. Is it destroy or release? Or I think it's something like that. Let me look this up really quick. Godot remove child from tree. So how does remove child work? I think we want to do open dialog dot remove child. I think I didn't spell that right. Also, it's not giving me autocorrect, meaning I don't think we're getting what we want right now. We're adding it to our tree right here. Get tree dot get first node and group add child dot. We want to remove that child. Let me see if this is actually gonna. All right, here we are. All right, so it broke because accepted one argument. It self? Wait, is remove? Let me see. Because this might just remove the entire level. Let me see if this is what happens. I'm gonna move up north. Ah, it did remove it. Because, let me see. So if I do this again, I'm gonna go through my text, then go up north, which will create a new dialogue. Oh wow, it broke. It froze. What's happening here now? Attempt to call remove child in previous freed on null instance, and that's doing it at what line? If open. Interesting. This is a weird. Oh hey, look, my dog moved. I can actually scooch up into frame now and not have to move around as much. That's nice. My dog's like rolling over, even though it's like you're gonna get crushed, doggo. Okay. So if open dialogue, open dialogue dot remove child. We need to be able to remove this thing completely. I'm kind of wondering what I'd do is, so this is a dialogue creator thing, right? What if I just ran this? If open dialogue dot remove self. What if I make a function called remove self in my open dialogue, which takes care of it? That way I don't have to take care of it on the tree, like the actual game engine. Instead, the function takes care of itself, and I'll create that function that takes care of itself, because it's easier to refer to self within its own function than it is to refer to it in an outside function, if that makes any sense to anybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new function here called func, and then remove self, and then it's going to be like that, and it's basically going to be self dot. What we're gonna do basically is, all right, for one, let's check and see how are we adding child. So we're adding child to all of this. Okay, I see. So we need to basically remove this dialog box. You see dialog box dot add child dialog label, return dialog box. So we need to destroy this dialog box. Basically self dot. Wait, is dialog box a global? Do I set that as a global? No, I do not. Oh, but this is not a class. I just realized this is not a class. Dialog box equal. All right, we're gonna do var. We're gonna make our var that's basically itself, and then the dialog box is gonna equal that. Dialog main. Let's call them dialog main actually, just so we're not mixing up variables. Dialog main equals dialog box. All right. So now we have a dialog. So we're gonna do dialog main dot remove how do you destroy an object? How to remove a node in Godot. So we want to remove this node. So we can just do remove child, I'm guessing, or queue free. Call deferred queue free, which we did do a call deferred. Wait, what is call deferred? Let's do like remove child, shall we? I'm gonna do remove child. dialogue. Main. So we're gonna remove that from the tree. What is that? I just want to see what this does. Let's just play it and see what it does. So I move up. It freezes the game. Breakpoint. Did I have a breakpoint there before? Let me try this again. All right. Let's see if it freezes again. It freezes one more time. What is the error this time? All right, it's because it's a null instance. So if open dialog that remove self. It's erroring at this step. If removed dialog. Wait, so if stage equals 0, stage equals 1. If open dialog dot remove self. So now open dialog should be nothing. But this causes it to be nothing. Let me get rid of this if statement. Let's get rid of the if statement and just try it without the if statement. I feel like we need to check if it exists. If it doesn't exist, then just move on. That's basically what we want, but like maybe it just doesn't like this at all. Here, I'm just leave the dialog open. It's still not liking this. Invalid call, non-existent function, remove self in base canvas. I'm confused now. Wait. Yeah, call it remove self. Oh, I see. Because open dialog would be... Oh, I see. All right, it'd be dialog creator dot remove self. I think that would work. Let's try that. Let's see, it breaks. It does not break this time. All right. So now it basically breaks that off the tree. Oh. Wait, what? What happened there? Debug session closed? What just happened? I'm so confused. What was the... I have no idea what just happened on that screen. Let's try that one more time. It didn't give me an error or anything. So if I go to here... Alright, so... It just... crashes? What? Oh gosh, you gotta love programming when it just breaks like crazy. I have this so confusing right now. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do and such. Here, I need to like make sure I can hear my child. Okay. Root move child. I swear I need to make this a class. I'm pretty sure I need to make this a class, not how it is. Oh, how do you make classes in Godot? And I need to learn how to do that now. I just realized that we have if dialog open get tree dot pause, but I don't think that actually is happening at all. Yeah, that's not happening at all. Is this? I don't think this is doing anything right now. Like, it's literally not doing anything. Here, let's pause that out. We don't need this right now. I want to see if this is working as is, or where am I? How's it? Blah blah blah. It's not paused. Wait, what? Wait, okay. If I tutorial, yeah, we did create a dialogue, but the tree is not paused as the life is going down on the fire. Okay, I think we gotta convert this into a class. Let's do that. How to make a class in Godot. I feel like I've basically never done this before. Classes, GD script. All right, so class. We gotta extend something. Oof, we're gonna extend something. This is gonna be a real pain. All right, so extends node. Let's just do. We're in what version of Godot are we in? We're in Godot. About Godot 4.2.2. Creating classes in Godot 4.2.2. Here, let's use AI for this. Let's I want to get AI's response thing. Copilot, help me, Copilot, maybe? I don't know. I've never used Copilot before, so this will be interesting. I've never. Oh, yeah, look, it works pretty well. Wow. I love it. This is totally not how Godot 4 works. That's funny. Extends blah 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 var function. This is not how you create a class. Define your class. Define a method. This thing does not know how classes work. What? Wait a minute. What? Using another script variables with classes inheritance. How do you use classes? I want to create a class. Or a node type. Is that what I want to do? I want to create a node type. Class. Dialogue creator. Right? Dialogue creator hides an auto load singleton. Extends node. Creating a custom node in Godot. I want to create a custom node that creates a dialog box. All right, here's the step by step on creating a custom node. Okay, apparently Copilot sucks at this. Show dialog box on button press if. Yeah. This is. Yeah, Copilot sucks. Okay, yeah, this is not how that code works. All right, let me pull up. Let me pull up another browser option here. Pull up another browser, throw it over to my one screen. You gotta love it when like things don't work how you want it to work. Like it might be nice to use somebody else's dialogue system, but I really don't feel like doing that. I like to create my own custom systems when possible. There's a Godot asset library. I gotta think through this a little bit. If I do... I think I might need to go and seek help from other people's, but things I don't know if those other people's actually have created their own nodes before. Creating nodes, here we are. All right, here's the Godot's actual thing on creating nodes. Here, let me pull up the main screen so you guys can see. All right, so we can get getting nodes. We want creating nodes. To create a node from code, call its new method, like from any other. Oh, this is just creating a node that already exists. Never mind. I want to create a new node, like a brand new, never used before node. What's that called in Godot? There's a phrase for that. It's create custom node in Godot. So I do think it's something close to this, where you extend whatever you want to extend. Say if you want to use properties from something else, which we want to create something completely custom. So it's like, we'll just do extend from node. Then from there, we can do class blah, blah, blah. It hides an auto load singleton. What does that mean? Let me... Godot hides an auto load singleton. I don't know what that means exactly. According to Godot documentation, auto load singleton, when it encounters a class with the same name as an auto load singleton. This is a language feature in Godot as described in the official forum. When you declare an auto singleton, Godot automatically creates a single instance of the class, making it a singleton. However, if you try to define a class with the same name as existing autoload singleton, Godot will hide the autoload singleton, effectively overriding it. Dialog creator is a thing already? What? Let me look at this. Godot dialog. Did I like create something that already exists? Dialog creator. Or is it because the script name is a dialog creator? My baby is noises. Doesn't look like it's a thing. Use unique names for your classes. Why think? Godot's system will, while powerful and flexible, has a drawback. There is no method for storing information, player score inventory, as needed by more than one scene. It's possible to address this with some workarounds, but they will have their own limitations. You can use a master scene that loads and unloads the scenes as its children. However, this means you can no longer run those scenes individually and expect them to work correctly. Information can be stored to disk and user then loaded by scenes that require it. The singleton pattern is a useful tool for solving the common use case where you need to store persistent information between scenes. In our case, it's possible to reuse the same scene or class for multiple singletons, as long as they have different names. Using the concept scene singleton. Oh, I know what it is. So create so dialogue creator. If we I now know exactly what this is talking about. So if we go to project settings, right here, auto load, we already have a thing called dialogue creator right here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to delete this dialogue creator here because we want to create a custom class of dialogue creator. Now it shouldn't cause an issue. Do we have a get tree? Oh, we do call the get tree here. Class hides and auto loads singleton. I feel like it should work now. I'm gonna press play and just see if this works. Dialogue creator not created in the current scope. So we need to turn this dialogue creator into a resource. I think that's what it is. Create new. I think it's a resource. Base class for serializable objects. So then we want to do dialogue creator here. Dialogue create your. All right, yeah, we're gonna do that. Now I need to like adjust this thing. I need to learn how to create resources, apparently. All classes, file system, blah, blah, blah. How do you create a resource? Resource. Okay. Resource is the base class for all Godot specified resource types, serving primarily as data containers. Since they inherit from ref counted, resources are reference counted and freed when no longer in use. They can also be nested within other resources and saved on disk. Hello there, Daniel. I'm trying to figure out how we can create a resource for our dialogue creator. Oh, excuse me. I'm just yawning here because, you know, stuff. How the frick do we do this? Nodes and resources. All right. Up to this tutorial, we focused on node class, blah, blah, blah. There is another data type that is just as important, a resource. Nodes can give you functionality and draw sprites, blah, blah, blah. Resources are data containers. Okay, so I don't think we want a resource then. If it's just a data container, we want to create a new kind of node. And I swear there was a way to create new types of nodes, but I can't figure that out. This stream randomly just popped up on my YouTube page. Well, welcome on in. Thanks for, I guess, hopping in. Yeah, we're game developing right now. So I'm live streaming on 2 different channels for game development. This is my main channel, that at least you're watching it from. I have my tech channel, which is where I'm actually doing a lot of this kind of stuff oftentimes. So we're doing some game development using Godot game engine. I'm trying to learn a few things and get better at a few things, so it's kind of you know, we're everywhere. We're right now trying to figure out how to create a new kind of asset for ourselves, like from scratch basically, because there's no such thing as a dialogue box in this game engine. You kind of have to create it either from other people's assets that they've made or just from scratch on your own. I want to create it from scratch on my own, but I want to do it in a reusable format basically. I want to create a object that I want to create all the stuff where I can create an object. I don't know, something like that. It's hard. If you're not a coding background, it'll be a little hard for me to explain. But yeah, we want to figure out how to do this. I'm literally right now on my other screen. I'm looking through like the documentation on Godot, like the game engine. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. Node. I'm just gonna see if there's like create. I want to create define node. That might be a search option we're gonna be doing. So yeah, we want to define a new node. Maybe we just need Godot create a custom node. I want to see, is there any way to do this? Create a custom node. Looks like some people have asked this question. Let me see here what these people have said. So the generic 2D platformer, I want to add a new project. It would be really cool if I could just click add node and add my own node type platformer 2D. And is this possible? It should be possible. About plugins. A plugin is a great way to extend the editor with useful tools. It can be made entirely with GDScript and standard scenes, even reloading the editor, unlike modules. Okay, so that's kind of, yeah. They're talking about how you can create plugins to do this stuff that I'm trying to do, but it's not working. Oh, wait, right here. This might be a little bit what we're looking for. And it should work. You might need to add tool to it depending on what you want to do. This is push me to if you want to add custom class via an editor plugin with the now discouraged API, add custom type instead of using class name. What you would gain is Godot preventing you from removing the script and avoiding a bit of namespace pollution. I use Roblox Studio. Oh, you're a Roblox creator. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's actually, you know, a great way to like get into game development, I guess. Like, don't they use Ruby for Roblox? Or I don't know. I guess Roblox Studio doesn't give you too much back-end access to how to do stuff. Custom visual script nodes. Custom nodes. What is this? This is the wrong version. I'm in Godot 4, but this might give me some insight of how it works. Create a new script that extends custom and put a tool key. There are some functions that can be implemented. All right, you want to know what I'm going to do? Okay, so right now I have this error. Wait. Okay, let me comment this line out and this line. Godot not. Control S. I'm gonna save this scene. Unable to write file. Lacking permissions. Oh crap, wait, what? Oh, so this is now breaking because I've done some stuff. Which is true. This shouldn't work actually. So let me comment this out. And let's comment this out. Okay, so we need to do something. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do open. We're basically gonna do what we did below. Open dialog equals dialog. What's this? Tutorial dialogue? What is this? Oh, it's wait, that's a class? That's not a class. Don't know what that is. If we did new, crap, how do we create? Gosh darn it. Okay, we create some stuff here. All right, var blah 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 equals canvas layer dot new. Okay, so if this is its own class, we should be able to do this dot new, right? Right? Supposedly we should. So this dot new. That supposedly. Oh, thanks for subscribing, man. Oh, that supposedly should work. It creates the new version of that class. Now, whatever that version of that class is based on its initialization. So if I create a new version of it, it will have initialization of this, and that's basically it. It won't do anything else because all of this functions are called upon. So when you create a new class, it needs a ready function. So we're gonna do a ready function. So func ready. And ready is going to do, actually wait, we need a constructor. Godot constructors. Godot constructors. Can I see your game? Now that I've severely destroyed my game, to be honest, in the past few lines of code, I don't know if it'll run. Let me just check if it'll run. I'll rerun. I'll show you where we're at so far. So we have a tutorial thing. We got a little guy running around a little bit. He can hit trees to get wood. And then you can like run up to this fire, add fuel to the fire, and it slowly gets the lighting a little bigger. As you can tell, it gets a little bigger. I ran out of wood, so we gotta go get more wood. Add more fuel to the fire. And then I have a boss dude that's running around up here. He doesn't have any functionality right now, but he's roaming around up here on his own, just doing his little thing, just like what do. So that's kind of where we are. Yeah, our guy is naked because this is, you know, assets from online or whatever, just some free assets. I will have to go in and edit the assets and everything at some point. But yeah, so we have this guy up here just chilling. He's doing his thing. So that's a game. We're still trying to get to certain things of it. Can a class have a constructor? I gotta like figure this stuff out. Can a class create a class name have a constructor? Yeah, you can override init. Good day. Wait, what? Oh, I think I might have to end my stream. I think my baby is getting a little rowdy. He wants some food, so I'm gonna go and assist. Maybe. No, maybe not. I'm watching my monitor. You can't hear you because your dogs are barking. Sorry there, man. You can go to rewind the live stream if you wanted to hear like my explanation of my game so far. It's very still base stages. There's lots of polish and everything that it can always be done. Class objects and constructors in Godot. I'm trying to read some tutorials here on the side. So like whenever you see me just talking off to the side reading stuff, it's because I have it on the side, but this is what I'm looking at right now. Class name, player, var, instance, blah, blah, blah. So this is the class constructor. Player instance object equals player.new. Ah, here we are. This is how you do constructors. Okay, that's how you do a constructor. Okay, so it would be init. We would use init. So what we'll do here is we're gonna do func and then init. Yep, there we are. And then in this init function, what we're gonna do is we kind of want to break apart this. I was watching another stream from an hour ago. People would control a Minecraft player in chat in another stream. Interesting. That's kind of fun. Kind of like the whole Pokemon one where like the people could control the Pokemon character, like the guy like and or whatever. I almost crashed my Mac from Roblox Studio opening lots of Kindle tablets. Oh wow. Yeah. All right. So I think what we want to do is we want to break this here because this is technically the creator that I was doing before, and we want to turn this into a function. So what we're gonna do is basically slowly dissect this apart. So I'm gonna Control X this, put these in my init function instead. So this is basically creating. We have a class object, and this class object creates 2 more boxes, dialog boxes, basically, or the actual box, the visual box itself. So this will create a dialog box and a dialog label underneath the object of a dialog creator. Actually, we may just want to call this dialog. We'll just call it dialog. Hey, what do you think you're doing? My dog is like messing with the bottle. Oh, I have a cute dog. You can go check out my dog's channel. My dog's channel is Dog Mindset. It's you can see it from my other stuff. You can see my cute dog. I don't know if I like moving my camera. My camera's like up high and whatnot. All right, so we have dialog main equals dialog box. I don't think we need this anymore because it's gonna be itself. We don't need dialog main. Dialog box is technically this. So these are, let's create a bunch of things here. All right, var dialog box, var dialog label. So these are going to be the 2 class objects, these are nodes created by dialog for visuals. That's what the top one will be. This is that, and then this is the text within the dialog box. The text node within the dialog box. That's what this is. This is the text node within fit through holes or doors. I have to have a big Roblox avatar. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't play Roblox too often. 1 second. All right, just making sure that my baby's okay. All right, so we have nodes. Those are 2 nodes. So that'll make it so we can continue using this thing as is. So we basically, upon creating the dialog, it creates these 2 boxes. We want to set the boxes to these settings right here. So I'm gonna pull this out and throw this up here because these are settings for the dialog boxes or the dialog labels. So upon initializing, it will set all of this based on the resolution of the game. There's a whole setting system of resolution that I did, so that's basically that. So that's taken out there. So now we have dialog box that add child dialog label. Yes, we want to add the dialog label under the dialog box. Or so dialog box, we add child dialog label. So basically this label will be inside the box. That's basically what that's doing. Hundreds. I like it. Thanks. Then we want current dialog block equals text chunk. What are we doing? What are we doing with dialog block? What is this thing? Ah, I see. It's used here. I see. Dialog block is... Okay, I see. So dialog block is going to be... I'm gonna do text equals this. So upon initialization, text could equal a dialog block, which will be tutorial dialog, or the initial tutorial dialog could be the intro. So let me go back to tutorial. Where's my dialogue creator? All right, so this could be tutorial dialogue dot tutorial text what's the I think I'd call it here. Where is it? Here. Tutorial text intro. Yes, this is basically what I'm copying right here. Just copy this. And we're gonna throw it here. This is basically our default. So if I don't pass in a constructor, whatever, so if I don't pass in anything, it will automatically set the dialog box to this text, which is stored here. This is the text that I would do. That's what the dialog creator will do. Maybe you could put glitch text in here. I don't know. That'll be interesting stuff. All right, so that's what dialog block is. So we have got rid of dialog block now. All right, so current dialog box equals dialog box. Why do we have a current dialog box? We do that because we need this to be able to know where we are in our dialog box, if we've like progressed through all of our dialogue or not. Oh gosh. Yeah. My dog is like kind of looking around, being like, "What? I had to hear a baby?" Yes, you were here a baby doggo. If I add this to auto load, wait, let me do this. Can I go to project settings, global shader plugins, create new plugin? Let's create a plugin. I think this is actually how I'm supposed to do this. Creates a when passing in a list of strings. I don't think this is what I want. Unless a plugin can be I don't know exactly how plugins work. Maybe we're not going to do plugins. Can I control Z that? No? Okay, whatever. I'm kind of just trying to process how I would go about this. Okay, so currently I have it so I can create a dialog box. Let's see if we can at least call this new class that I made. So I'm going to control S this, saving it. I'm going to then go into my tutorial level script Then I want to open dialog equals dialog how do I do this? Dialogue. Identifier dialog not declared in the current scope. I know it's not in the current scope, but how do I do it in the current scope? I need to figure out how we create this thing here. I'm gonna join a Discord really quick. So I'm gonna hopefully they don't mind me that I'm live streaming. So guys, don't tattle on me.
Multiplayer for like private servers and whatnot. And now I'm modding the heck out of it to make it operate the way I want.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey Ty, have you ever created an actual class in Godot?
Mm-hmm.
How do you? So I'm trying to create a dialogue box kind of class or whatever, like creating my own node of dialogue, I guess. I have the class and the script for the class, all that kind of set up. But when I'm trying to create that node in another script, because I want it to react to like a a scene or whatever like that, it's saying that it doesn't exist in the current scope. Like, how do I get it so Godot understands that this is now a new node class kind of thing that I'm creating?
Last name up at the top.
Class name at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have class dialogue. Maybe I just need to reload Godot, like for it to be able to pick it up that this is. Or wait, do I need to auto load the script that has that class? Is that what I need to do? Like throw it in so that like it will load upon the game starting or something like that. Gosh darn it. I haven't done this in forever. Path is. All right, so we're gonna go to global scripts. This. Oh, and I see your comment there, Daniel. Thing that looks pretty cool, actually. That's actually very interesting. If I added that, that doesn't do it. I don't know how to do this. There's very limited option or like tutorials online for how to create classes and that in Godot. I think I just need to restart my Godot. I think that's all I need to do, right? I don't know. Nope, I didn't do it. Do those when I create a custom script that contains that class, does it need to be something that's not just a GD script? Does it need to be like I never understood a resource. Does it need to be like a resource?
Hmm?
is when I'm making a custom class, does it need to be like in a resource kind of scene or whatever it's called?
No.
How do I get this to work then in a external thing? Or oh, do you just call the script and then the class name? Is that what it is? Oh,
You
that's...
call it in .new.
Let me try that then. And then say do that, then that. Yeah. Okay, I see. Do you by chance know how to make it so that that new class script is like part of a Godot using plugins or anything by chance? Huh, okay. All right. Good enough. Well, I'm gonna get back to my live stream. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
All right, so that was pretty good. That guy is super helpful. He always helps me with a lot of stuff. He's genius. So basically, we just have to call the actual script and then dialogue. Oh, YouTube chat limited your custom text. Oh, bummer. That's a bummer there. So we create a new dialogue, which creates stuff. So now what we need to do is we need to get this class to then be able to like do its wacky stuff, which is basically like doing the actual text on screen and everything. How are we gonna do that exactly? I don't know how we're gonna do that exactly, but we'll do that somehow. Open dialogue. We do this. Yeah, let's go and enhance this class a little bit more. So we create the nodes in which we'll put stuff in. So what we're gonna want to do is when we create a class, and we pass in the chunk of text that we want to do. Yo, what's up, Haddy fan gamer? How you doing? So we are gonna need to. We have current dialog box, which is gonna equal 0 upon entering. Dialog block will always be something, which is this. Dialog location is something. I feel like current dialog box. Wait, what is current dialog box actually used for? Oh, I see. Actually, that's not supposed to be an integer. Sorry, let me get rid of that. It's not supposed to be an integer. Is this scary text? No, it's actually just blocks. I just see blocks with it's a box with your text in it. It's Daniel. That's what I'm seeing in the chat at least. So we need like pointers in this class to point to where we are in everything. So upon entering, we want this all to be set to 0. We don't need current dialog box anymore because what we're going to do is how we're going to interact with this is we're going to create. Oh yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you want. We're going to create a dialog box, and what we're going to do with that is we're basically going to, in our script that we would create it, we would just be like, hey, like continue through this based on whatever actions. If at the end, destroy it, like get rid of it. Or if a new scene triggers, like if we enter a new area and it would trigger a new dialog box, destroy the previous dialog box, create a brand new dialog box. So we don't need a dialog box then. So let's create dialog box. We're going to delete that, or current dialog box, so we don't need that anymore. I'm gonna play Roblox while watching this. All right, you do that, man. That is now circles, like white circles with black letters inside of it. That's what it looks like to me, Daniel. It's just having fun. I can only I only see like these boxes and circles. That's all I'm seeing at least. Current dialog box. So we don't need this anymore. So dialog opened equals true. I don't think we need dialog opened anymore, because when the box exists, it's opened. That's basically what we're gonna go for. So we don't need that, or at least how we're gonna implement this. Yeah, we're making a whole dialog box system in Godot because they don't have their own system. So basically I'm creating a class called dialog that when you create a new object of this class, it creates a box, which is a canvas layer, and the label, which is text of that label. I'll make this look better in the future. And then we're going to change the text of that label dynamically with the text that we want to throw into this class, this object, like what the text you want to be inserted into the dialog, which that will be in a list of strings format like this. So when I want to play intro dialogue, it's going to pass in these list of strings. So it'd be like, hey, this is the first thing. When space or whatever key, like our continue key, is entered, it will go on to the next chunk, and then the next chunk, and so on and so forth. Somehow that's what the circle says in emojis. Interesting, Daniel. Interesting. Okay, so where's my dialog box again? No, where do I create dialog? There, create dialog. All right, so upon initializing, we do this, and then we want to play dialogue. Or do we just play dialogue automatically? I think I'm gonna play dialogue automatically. I think we're gonna do like something called play, func play. I don't know. And that play is going to be wait, let me see. Let me think through this, because originally we had this as playing as a script. We were using a script here to like run the whole dialogue system, but we kind of want to change that up. So dialogue length. Wait, dialogue length equals text chunk. Wait, what was text chunk before? Text chunk was that. All right, so this is all still initialization stuff. We're gonna do this. This equals text. All right, so this is dialogue length. Let's call this dialogue set length, maybe. Or actually, no, we can probably do this. Is there an animation when the dialogue appears or just appears, pops on the screen straight away? Right now, it pops on the screen straight away. I do have this that kind of mimics a typing animation, so it kind of like goes through and like types out the text like one by one. I do need to fix it though. It's not quite. Actually, wait. If I uncomment this, is it gonna work? Yeah, I need to figure out a new way to do this, because if I'm doing this in a class format, I need to be able to figure out how to like create a timer that makes it doesn't go like super fast. That's like instantaneous. All right, so we have dialogue length, current dialogue label equals dialogue label. What's dialogue label? Dialogue label, oh, it's that. All right. So current dialogue label. We don't need current dialogue label because it's just dialogue label now. Wait, I'm kind of confused actually. Why did I do this? Current dialogue label is a new is that where we pass in dialogue label, which is the object of a label. and we pass in that label into this text, this type text thing. So when we're typing text, dialog locations plus equals 1 for character in text. Dialog label. I think we can just get rid of this. And just do dialog label right here. Get rid of that. I don't think we need that whole chunk there. We can get rid of this whole current dialog label with how we're going to go about this now. Get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. All right, bye-bye there, Daniel. Daniel has left the stream. I like that. Cool. Print created dialog box with blah, blah, blah. Let's put this up here as like the final, like we have finally created this with text chunk, with, this is just now called text. Actually, I do want this to be called text chunk, don't I? Because it's not the actual text itself, it's the list of texts. I think that's a lot easier to understand. Dialog block. Okay, so we do that. Type text. Okay, now that we have created everything we need, let me put this here. This is just another setting that I added to this thing, so it makes it so we can do whatever. We don't need this anymore because we don't need to return it because it's itself an object that we can pass through. So now we need to run it. This type text runs our stuff. So we're gonna put this right here. Starts dialog animation. So that starts the dialog animation there. So we don't need this anymore. We have deconstructed it into a initialization stage where it creates the actual whole thing and basically starts it. So it's gonna run text chunk blah blah blah. All right, so if it runs text chunk, so that starts from 0. That's what it does. It's always going to start from 0. Dialog. I'm going to do dialog location, and it's going to be equal 0. So what this is going to do, I'm going to add another initialization thing that when you create this dialog box, you can customly tell it where you want it to start from. In case this is for the case if I want to skip a certain lines. But if I don't skip a few lines, then let's actually call this text chunk location. Dialog, or let's call it text chunk location. Text chunk start from. Let's call it that. Text chunk start from. That meaning that's like where it starts from. And it's going to be defaultly 0. Also, by the way, this is my first time joining your stream. I met you first in the Pirate Software server. Oh! Well, thanks for joining on the live stream. Is that how do you fan gamer, or is that your? I guess that might not have been your Discord username. I oftentimes will try to recognize people's Discord usernames if possible, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna pass in the text chunk start from into our type text, which would be 0. So it starts from 0. So basically, what it will do is, actually, wait 1 second. So we have a dialog label. We set the dialog label positioning and all that here in the font there. Then we want to dialog location plus equals 1. So for character in text. So basically, now it's going to start iterating over our text. And that text would be, let me go. So say our first text. Our first text is where am I? That's the first text. So we'll start from 0. So it starts from 0. So for character in text. So the text is, maybe I should do like a little comment here example. So this is list where am I? Or actually it's just this. Where am I? And it'll iterate character by character of that where am I. I'm gonna do text equals where am I. And then the character will equal the W basically. That just kind of helps people understand that this is basically how it's iterating. So dialog location plus equals 1. We actually might not want to do this until the very end. So I'm gonna actually put this because we want to start from 0, not 1. But that'll iterate it up by 1. So what it's gonna do is gonna be takes our dialog label dot text and we're gonna plus equals that character, meaning we're basically throwing in W. So where am I, or W, and then it wants to type that out. So it'll go literally 1 by 1 down the line, creating it. I'm going to comment this out for a second, just so I can actually run this, because I think I have it in an actual, like, it'll now say, where am I? Immediately, as soon as I enter the tutorial. Nope, it breaks. Invalid get index text. On base nil. Dialog label. What? Why are you broken? Create new dialog box. I don't need this anymore. I assume you can insert the variables within the parameters of a function. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, so in Python, or I guess Godot, you can create as many parameters in your function as you want if you set them all to a default. So like in the actual function, and then you have a default parameter in each, which is equals blah 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 equals blah blah blah, then technically you can insert or you can call that function and leave it blank, and it'll just use all the defaults. If you don't call it blank, you need to make sure you put like this variable equals this variable equals this. So it's kind of like a way to multi-use functions basically. So I'm having an issue here where it says invalid get index text. We want to add a child. So we have open dialog. So we're basically saying that this new dialog class object is this. Do we need to init it? No? When you create a new function, do we have to init it? I create new functions here. Dialog box to add child. Do I need to add that child to self? Maybe I do. Let me do that really quick. Self dot add child? No, maybe it's automatic. When you create a new function, it adds that, or a new character or thing, it adds it to itself. It's useful just in case if you leave something empty within the one of the parameters, it will be inserted with a default variable. Yeah, when you run an event or something, or the function itself for that matter. Yeah. Wait, I'm so confused. So we got dialog box equals canvas layer equals done. Wait. Oh, invalid get index text. Wait, it's erroring right here. Dialog label dot text. Wait, do I want to set this up top instead? Expected end of statement after variable declaration, found identifier instead. Oh, yeah, equals. That, maybe I need to do it there. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. All right, so we open up this, go to tutorial. Oh, it doesn't break. But we got a problem. The problem is it creates the dialog box too fast. Make this inserted upon creating it instead of inserting it later. Maybe. Wait. I need to go and look at when do we call this? We call intro here. We got an issue. Our issue is it's not appearing on screen. Get tree, the get first node in tree, add child, call deferred, open dialog box. Wait, let me run this again. I want to check the remote. I want to see. So if I run tutorial, I want to see where our dialog. Okay, that's the dialog creator script. Speaking of which, actually, can I delete this? I'm gonna delete this and see if this breaks anything. Yeah, it breaks it. Okay, so we do need to have that auto loaded. I was kind of wondering if I needed to have that auto loaded or not. Global scripts, dialog creator. Yeah, all right, cool. So I do need to have that auto loaded. So that problem is that the dialog is created too fast. Yeah, so how Godot works is everything is initialized in a certain order, right? You initialize a scene, those scenes initialize other scenes, other nodes within that scene. It like kind of goes down the line. So when I run my tutorial level, it calls this script, right? So it calls this script and it runs this ready function. Basically, when tutorial level is instantiated, like the actual level itself, it will spawn my character, which does this. It will add child of a few things or whatever it is, which is, I think this actually creates the lighting scenario. So the lighting's all dark. Then it'll also run my intro, and my intro should be doing the dialogue, but it calls that when before everything else is created. Like before, if I look at my tree here, or the tree, I don't know if you want to call it a tree, it will create that here, and then it will create all of the different nodes in the scene, all of these objects after the dialogue creator, meaning the dialogue is below the scene. It needs to be pulled to the front. So we need to pull that to the front somehow. To pull a canvas layer to the front in Godot. I think that's what's happening here. I think it's underneath. But here, let me run this one more time and look at the remote thing, which is basically what's happening in the scene itself. Let me click this. All right, so we're in a tutorial scene. Tutorial scene contains... I can't remember what's what. Control scene contains this tutorial level, which contains water, blah, 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 tutorial spawn point, bonfire, enemy, all bunch of trees. We see a bunch of trees here, player, canvas. I think this is it. Tutorial stage 1. In front of the scenes, otherwise it'll be behind the scenes. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think that's what it is. Wait, no, I added... Wait, no, that's not how it works. Because... Wait a minute. Because if I look at this, if you see here, get tree, get first node, visual viewport, add child call deferred, open dialog. I am adding I'm adding this canvas layer to my visual viewport, which is not this, it's actually this. Wait, what? So it should be on top then, right? It technically should be on top. Because I have two different viewports, or two different scenes right now. How I built my game is how you, like, what you see here is two things. You have the level and the view of the level, and then you have the view of what the player sees. Why I did that is because this is a multiplayer game. I can have two controllers splitting the screen because I can have two different viewports on the same screen. So this is kind of hard to figure out though, how to visual viewport add child call defer. I'm trying to add it to this. The problem is I have a hard time telling what's what right now. Because you have the camera itself right here. So if I turn off camera, I think this is going to be gray. Oh, it's not gray. If I turn that, then it should be gray, right? It's not gray. Wait, I'm so confused. Sub viewport, camera, 2D, pause menu. I don't know. Gosh darn this thing. I don't know what's what anymore. I'm expecting to see a circle in here that something of the lines of open dialogue or something like that. I do see this canvas modulate right here. I don't think it's creating it accurately. I call deferred. Do we need to do this? Let's get rid of call deferred really quick. And just see if this does it. Nope, it breaks. Invalid type and function add child in base blah blah blah. The object of derived class of argument 1 is not a subclass of the expected argument class. I think there might be display order. Well, okay, display order is actually just where you are in the list of things. So technically the display order is literally bottom down in this, but then you can modify it using a, what is it called? Z point scale or something like that. Hello, Daniel, welcome back. So I don't know exactly how that works for this instance. Get tree, get first node tree. We need the call deferred. What does call deferred do? I can't remember. I did this a while ago because I think I saw it does something that we wanted. I like call deferred. Here we are, call deferred. Calls the method represented by this callable in deferred mode. At the end of the current frame, arguments can pass and should match the arguments blah blah blah. Call deferreds are processed in idle time. Idle time happens mainly at the end of processes. Okay, so call deferred throws it at the end of everything, so it should be the last thing called. That's basically what call deferred is. It throws it so it'd be the last thing called, meaning it's the thing that's on top of the stack. I believe. Gosh, this is so confusing for me. I'm kind of wondering, should I just... I want to do this. Print character, or no, was hit. Character plus was hit. That way I can tell it's going through this thing. I'm gonna throw this right here. Character was hit. And I want to see this and see it just like in the script thing. I need to, for one, play the level first. Yeah, see, okay, so it's doing that. So it does type out everything. Placing player in scene, creating splits. Yeah, see, you can see it does creating dialog box after everything's said and done. Oh gosh, my phone's almost dead. I just realized that. Ugh. I have a friend text me about the new 3 episodes of Arcane. All right, I think I'm gonna need to go and consult this. This is gonna be a lot of boring stuff for a live stream, so, and cause I gotta go and figure out this whole system. It's gonna take me forever to figure this out. So I think I'm gonna end the live stream here. Thank you everybody for watching for this hour 40 of the live stream we got. I'll see if I can keep on doing more live streams because you know I got a month of basically not working. So we'll do that stuff. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for joining us, Heidi Fan Gamer and Daniel and Determined Hamster over there on the other chat. And we'll see you all next time. How's that sound, huh? Yeah, that sounds great. Bye bye.